kick off part 3 with a story that is bound to fuel rumours that Nick Dixon's absence this evening is no coincidence.
He's a big fan.
Andrew Tate.
Andrew Tate and his brother to face trial in Romania. So if they were arrested last year, they were held in prison for about 4 months, and they've been under house arrest. Now, finally, the charges have come through, and they include human trafficking, rape, forming a criminal gang to sexually exploit women. And now that's going to go to trial. They're saying that they are sort of looking forward to having the opportunity to defend themselves, but I believe in Romania, this is where it's all happening, these trials can, first of all, take a long time to actually come to arrive, and then themselves take a long time. So they may well be, this may be ongoing for many years.
And Tate, obviously, as you say, under house arrest, but has continued to put out his own kind of very, you know, completely unapologetic brand of
workout videos.
Yeah. And, well, him with a cigar telling people how to resist the matrix, he regards himself. I mean, I'm not going to speak, you know, entirely... I'm not going to prejudice his case one way or the other, but he does seem to me to have a slightly solipsistic view of the world. Do you know what I mean? He seems to think, like, everything is, like, focused on him. It's like the whole of everything has been arranged to bring him down.
That's a character he projects in his videos, rather than, you know, which a lot of people do in social media. We see particularly, you know, this kind of macho male social media personality doing that kind of thing, and some of the...
Trump did it, actually, didn't he?
Yeah, and there's the guy, I can't remember his name, the guy with all the guns. But just the claims against Andrew Tate and his brother, you know, using the lover boy method, where they tell girls that they're in love with them and then ask them to do things. It's like, are we saying women have no agency? Are we saying, you know, women aren't capable of independent thought? It's, you know, it's ridiculous.
It seems like here they were held under against their own will. In the place they had,
what Leo is describing certainly did seem to be the bulk of the accusations made by the BBC journalist who went to interview him, and I tend to agree. I mean, I don't know what the law is. If the law says that's illegal, and he shouldn't have done it. But the implication does seem to be a little bit troubling, that he's playing on, what, simple-minded girls? Is that the idea?
We're moving back to this sort of Victorian idea of women as, you know, weak-willed.
But we should be pointing out that there's a case in the UK by 4 women for rape. One of these charges is also for rape. So
if he gets done for rape, he's done for rape, there's no question. But this issue does seem to be the one that they push a little bit harder, this sense. Funnily enough, I listened to a podcast about Epstein earlier, a guy called Marta Maid, who makes very intelligent, well-referenced and researched podcasts. And he was talking about the extent to which Epstein had this kind of... Wexner, I think, was his main kind of client, who was the head of Victoria's Secret, among other large companies, and they would use that thing as a sort of, what do you call it, casting couch kind of approach. So it would be this kind of, there's a lot of good-looking girls out there, you know, that we could make into a model for Victoria's Secret. What do we, you know, what extra can you provide for me? This kind of thing.
Which is what pretty much any man would say in that situation.
Well, I mean, I was thinking it's unsavoury, it's unpleasant. I'm glad I don't have to resort to that. But still, it does seem to eliminate the possibility that there is any free will at all in the female half of the nation.
And also the fact that there's so much money and so many assets, these watches, these cars, and they're being seized by the cops. And I'm not sure if, you know, maybe Romanian cops are completely unimpeachable. Well, I wouldn't be surprised if
it's a lot less money than they were saying, though. Supposedly he's meant to have had hundreds of millions, and turns out he's only got a couple of million.
Well, that's what the cops are saying. They're saying, oh, no, we only found this much.
There's going to be some very good high-speed chases through Bucharest.